I hate to play devil's advocate and be so blunt, but that's the truth, nigga. Now let me play my game. I'll be back on your ass in a minute.
Bitch, nigga.
Representative in the Super Bowl, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Cleveland Browns. The winner here goes to the Super Bowl, and we'll know soon enough which team that'll be as we are underway in the AFC title game. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. Herbert off of play action. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield in man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
Now a 2nd and 10. Running right, here's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. That good for 19 and a first down.
It's been a long season, but he still looks fresh running the football. He knows his guys are one game away from the Super Bowl, so he's going to give it all he's got. And that's a heck of a run right there.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll bring Judy in motion right. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Man open. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. This is 2nd and 8. They keep it on the ground. Again, it's Brown. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Chase Brown, 52 yards. And the Browns are on the board first here in this AFC Championship game. On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot in the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
Oh.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
Yo, what's up, baby? Get back to that ball.
McPherson on to kick this one away. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Goff. Oh, his first throw of this playoff matchup is intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, the last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
They give it to Brown. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 89 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating him up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They go right back to the ground here in Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone for Brown's touchdown. Chase Brown, his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Browns are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So 2 drives, 2 touchdowns here in this first quarter, and he's got both of them.
Well, he's certainly setting himself up for a big game here, and I think if the play caller doesn't get in his own way, they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing that I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Listen.
Here's Goff. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it up. And he he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
They're certainly not giving much help to their defense, are they? Because for the second time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the turnover, here's Herbert. He completes this to Sutton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a give, left side, Brown with it. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Now it's Herbert. This one left side caught by Collins. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a 1st down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Brown will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he's got it. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Herbert now rolling to his right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown. Justin Herbert taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Browns continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. So how about this for a start? 21-0 here in the 1st as they kick this one away. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
76. Tiger.
Here's Pollard again. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming. $21-0 our score after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. On the handoff, this is Brown. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. Another run for Brown on 2nd down. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 111 yards on the ground in his first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line. 3rd down and 1. An inside give, Brown. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw here, Herbert. Looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Aaron Robinson. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Boy, still a half-plus to play, but it is a 2-score game. They're going to go onside kick early. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. And that'll be
too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
2nd and 10. Here's Herbert. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Now Herbert going to shift his guys around. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football.
Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Chargers are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that could save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. After the interception, here's Goff. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson.
Complete to Michael Wilson. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Back to throw, Goff. Swinging this out for Pollard. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Los Angeles.
Juju in motion left. On 1st and 10, Goff. And his throw here's incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. On the draw, it's Pollard. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. 1st down line at the 34. Here on 3rd down. An AFC title game, 2nd quarter action. 2 minutes to play. A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Here's 3rd and 7. Here's Goff. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Whether that's a little grabbing, a little hand fighting, by any means necessary on 3rd down, he was able to get the job done in the secondary and swat that one away.
And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on 4th down. They go ahead and snap it. Goff. And that is incomplete. The fourth down play doesn't work for the Chargers. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on second down. Flush to his right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Herbert with it looking to pass. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
But things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
On first down, it's Herbert. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And that is dropped. Oh, that could have been a near certain 6 points. He was all alone, but he could not look it in. My, oh, my.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Again, Herbert. That's complete. It's Collins. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He'll buy some time. And that's going to be caught for the Lions. Touchdown. Jerry Jeudy, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's Goff. A short pass here taken in by Laporta. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
A shotgun snap for Goff. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Reek Woolen. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Herbert. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. This will be caught. Judy. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Chargers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. Cameron Batson now from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked out officially at the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. to about the 35, second down. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Throwing on third, Goff. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Quiddy Pay with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. On is the Chargers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This is taken at about the 14. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Herbert on first down now. And got his man complete. And he steps out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 45. A big play that time for Cleveland. 47 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Hey, go line.
Here's Brown on second down. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 143 yards rushing for him now as he tries to will his guys to the Super Bowl.
And that's the kind of run you get when you know Super Bowl berth is in sight. They've got the lead. It's the second half. All those weeks of wear and tear in your body just go away. He's running with purpose now, and that's a heck of a run.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Left side here, that's the tight end fan. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's second down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
Now Herbert going to change the look. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Touchdown! Jerry Jeudy with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are able to stretch out their lead. Well, they've been part of the cream of the crop in the AFC all season. It's becoming more and more evident that they're going to get a shot to play for that Super Bowl title.
The momentum has been building, and you mentioned how well they've played throughout the season. It's all come together for them, and they are really laser focused on being that team to represent in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they have been dominant in this one. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Here's Batson now, bringing it out of the end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Charger drive about to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Second down, Pollard again. And that's going to be good for the Chargers' first down as the tackle made at the 26-yard line.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Chargers.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
And 9 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, 5.
Now it's Goff. He finds his man, Pollard. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Goff going to fake the jet sweep and the handoff and look to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
In motion right is Wilson. On second down, it's Pollard. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. One quarter remains for the right to go on to the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Goff now looking to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
76, tell him. 76. 76. Now you 3. We're good.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Browns are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out and let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else. It makes a dramatic play.
Running right, here's Brown. Yeah, good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 160 yards rushing for him now. His team has been tremendous all day long.
Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
Right back to Brown. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A loss of 1, now a loss of 2, and they're staring at a 3rd and 13. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Noah Fant, 35 yards. And the Browns are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Batson not going to risk returning it, so they'll start at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, here's Goff. His throw incomplete. But we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make...
And my goodness, another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. The Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, it's been a fantastic game for this defense. And it's been rough for this offense. And certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Here's Batson now, bringing it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
Two runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
They got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, and they brought it back to third manageable with that one.
The offense on third down, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Wiggins. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It's a 7-yard run, but it does bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Hold on. Check.
They'll run forward with Pollard, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And that will force a turnover on downs. On 1st and 10, here's Brown. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. Well, he wasn't really big on that. He was big on going ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. Now they got to get to the line quickly.
Now Goff looking to change the play.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air, and defensively, they were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
Back to the air. Goff on second down. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 42. And quickly, they get to the line.
First down, Chargers.
Throwing again is Goff.
That is caught by Laporta.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go.
So from inside the 20, here's first and 10 at the 18.
From the red zone now, Goff.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Oh, nice defensive effort there, providing the hit as the ball got to the receiver, separates him from the catch, and normally he's a sure-handed target.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now Goff. And his throw is incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
76.
Goff now to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Joey Porter Jr. And the Browns are going to take possession here as they got it at their own 4-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are getting closer and closer to lifting that Lamar Hunt trophy. Not home just yet, but trying to polish things off here as they start first and 10. The Cleveland Browns are AFC champs as we say goodnight, everybody.